third generation in. If there wasn't a mission at the heart of what we do, it would be hard to sustain what we do. We operate our business around the notion that commerce and justice don't need to be antithetical notions. We think we can make high quality products. We think we can delight our shareholders on the New York Stock Exchange. We think we can make consumers think this is really great. We can create a context where people are proud to come to work and feel dignified in the work they do. And we can do that in a way that's accountable for the affect of running a for-profit business, environmentally, socially, in terms of human rights. The way Ceres has pushed Timberland to think about stakeholder engagement is a round table. There's a social and business problem at the center of the table, and there's a creative way, if we listen to the activists, if we talk to the citizen, if the investor's voice is heard, if the business person's voice is heard, we can come up with a better solution that solves for, with the profit that we owe our shareholders and the minimizing of negative impacts and the maximizing of positive social impacts. Where it really becomes powerful is when the consumer says, that's interesting to me, that information is accessible to me, and I'm going to act on that information. You can see it in the organic food industry. The consumer says, here's 2 apples. One, according to the nutrition label, has this kind of pesticide, this kind of herbicide, this kind of carbon footprint. The other one, organic, has a very different profile. They both look like apples. They're both here in the store. You know what? I need an apple, or I want an apple. I prefer that apple. That's revolutionary stuff. Now, what lacks in the footwear and the apparel and the fashion industry is access to that data. So what's going to be the point of difference? We put a nutrition label on the shoebox that talks about renewable energy content, that talks about the absence of child labor, that talks about the number of trees we've planted as an enterprise, respectful of carbon sink as opposed to carbon exhaling, right? And I'll tell you this, if every consumer at Nordstrom, even 1 out of every 3 consumers, raise a hand and says, why doesn't the other guy have a label on? There'll be labels, and when there's labels, the labels reveal information. The information creates pressure on the CEO. The value chain will respond. We'll lower our carbon footprint. We'll do a better job respecting workers' rights. And the net is, we can do that, we must do that, because good enough just simply isn't good enough. The value chain is a really tricky monster. The value chain in my business, in the shoe business, starts with a cow and it ends with a customer. And the cow's in one place, and the cow has nutrition issues and manure issues and animal husbandry issues, and there's transportation, and there's how the meat is processed, how the leather's processed, all those other good things, and then how it's transformed. If you follow, like with a camera lens, the value chain, it cuts across nation-state boundaries, so different regulatory environments. It cuts across industries where we're a teeny little player or a very large player. Large player, we can influence them. Teeny little player, how do I get attention from some of the other industries? If you really wanted to optimize the supply chain, the value chain, and make it truly optimized around the dimensions of commerce and justice, it would be an unholy meeting. I mean, the number of people would need to be in the room, wow. Now, that's no excuse for not trying. It's just fair and honest to say out loud, for all the progress we've made, we haven't even begun to see the kind of progress that we need to see.